Okay, testing, testing. See if we're making the connection. Okay. It looks like we are. Hello everybody. Man, we have not streamed in a while, but we are going to stream today. We are streaming Oblivion Remastered again. I have put in a little over 100 hours on my main character, but obviously I haven't been able to pick up on this one in a while. However, I've not moved forward, and even on my other character I haven't done the main story. So, yeah, it looks like it's time to continue the main story. Hey, Spooky.
Unless you need something, let's continue on to Weynon Priory.
Alright, that sounds good. Let's move on to Weynon Priory. We're gonna do this trek. Actually, we've already done it by foot once, so we'll go to Odile Farm. And then we'll see what happens after that. I was also gonna show I have some updates as far as T-posed a little bit there. I have some updates as far as functionality and visuals and so on. So I actually got a mod. I forget if I did this before last stream or not, but it changes how the game looks, and it looks so much better now. Just absolutely so much better. I've been playing with this reshade, and it makes it look like how the remaster should look, rather than really dark, dingy, and dirty in a strange way. So yeah, let's continue this main quest here. Give me some dialogue.
Help! You must help!
He's right behind him. Tell me what happened.
I think they're right behind me. Prior Maborel is dead. I was in the sheepfold when they attacked. I heard the prior talking to someone. Looked around the corner to see who it was. They looked like travelers. Ordinary. Suddenly weapons appeared in their hands, and they cut the prior down before he could move.
Okay.
They saw me watching, and I ran.
Alright, get out of here. I got this. Okay, I think my character on this is set to Adept. Alright, let's get in here. Yeah, I've been using different weapons in a different style on my main character, so it's going to take me a second to get used to this again. Okay. He's down. He did not have a whole lot. Let's see. Yeah, so... yeah, I think they're right behind him. So, something I'm noticing, and something I should discuss before we really get moving, is I tried to move my internet, and then, or swap my internet, and they're like, okay, you need to talk to your landlord because we can't legally, you know, put in fiber at your location if they, you know, unless they say something. Hey Ty, how's it going? Alright, Joffrey, you got this. Martin, get out of my way, dude. So I fully planned on being able to have like a really beautiful stream and like way better internet, but yeah, they're like, oh, we can't do that until... Yes, I'm back.
They attacked without warning. I was praying in the chapel when I heard Prior Maborel shout. I had just time to arm myself. The Amulet of Kings.
Oh
I fear
no.
that was the target of this attack.
I hope it's
kept
not
it in a
gone.
secret room in Weynon House. We need to go see if it is safe.
Let's go see if it's safe.
We'll go together.
Okay, let's see what these guys got on them, and then we'll move on. But yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of a bummer. I'm still working on that, and still kind of, you know, trying to get him to get the landlord to move on it so that we can get cable or fiber put in, because I know he would enjoy it too. And so I'm really hoping that we can get that going, but we'll see. In the meantime, we're just gonna stream with what we got. I know it's not the most beautiful stream, but if anything, we're just having fun hanging out, right? So let me fix something real quick over here. And okay. So I was going to show you guys, in terms of other updates, I actually got some stuff figured out for the stream specifically. So when a new subscriber happens, or a new channel member, or a donation or something, I have specific little videos and stuff that will appear on screen when that happens. So that's pretty cool. So that way, there's another visual reminder to let me know. Oh no, Priory, poor guy. I don't want to take his money. That's not cool. I was gonna see if he had any anything I needed to return to Joffrey, but I don't want to mess with his stuff. Let's see if there's any other casualties. Priory's horse. It's interesting. I still have Old Nag on my main character. Luckily, they spare the sheep. They're like, ah, that's not our primary target. But yeah, I do have some new little videos and things. So if anyone subscribes or updates, even if they're not watching the stream and they subscribe, it can come across the screen. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see if we got any enemies in here. Seems pretty calm. I know I need to level, but I'm worried about this right now. So let's see. Okay.
They've taken it.
Oh
the Amulet
no.
of Kings is gone. The enemy has defeated us at every turn. So it has not all gone against us. Thank Talos for that. We gained Uriel's heir and lost the Amulet of Kings. Martin cannot stay here. We have driven them off, but they will be back once they learn of Martin's survival. Which they will.
Probably, yes. Where will Martin be safe?
Nowhere is truly safe against the power arrayed against us. But we must play for time, at least. Cloud Ruler Temple, I think. The hidden fortress of the Blades in the mountains near Bruma. A few men can hold it against an army. We should leave at once.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Let's go to Cloud Ruler Temple.
Cloud Ruler Temple was built long ago by the founders of the Blades, back in the days of Raymond Cyrodiil. It is high in the mountains near Bruma. Our ancient fortress, sanctuary...
Oh wow, that's definitely a meta reference there. Hitting him with 3 arrows, since he's played by Sean Bean. That's pretty good. I don't know if you guys remember, but on the... It was really glitchy, the last stream. But I don't know if you guys remember... when we got back to the Imperial City, the guards just killed Martin. All the Imperial guards just like swarmed on him and started like killing him. I don't know why they did that, but they did, so it's just kind of goofy. I don't know. I don't understand. But let's see, what other updates are there? I just finished recording some more stuff for the Pokemon Crystal project. That has been going on for about 3 years now. It's a very, very large project, and it's, I would say, at least somewhat intricate. Let's see. Priory. And it wants us to go up there to Cloud Ruler Temple. Okay. So I just finished doing, I don't know if any of you know anything about Pokemon, but I just finished doing the Little Cup Round 1. And I've never played Pokemon Stadium, so it was cool. It was cool to get that experience, and I only lost maybe one fight. Oh, is he gonna ride a horse? Yes, he is. I'll ride Priory Maybroll's horse. This is so cool. Alright, let's all go on horseback. Ty says, completed the Knights of the Nine DLC just yesterday. Such a cool DLC. Relatively complicated to complete. Yeah, once you kind of know what's going on, it can be pretty fast if you've done it before. But that comes along with me having just completed it for the last video I did. So it's been in my head, and funny enough, with my other character, like my current main character, I did only the Fighters Guild, and then I did the arena, and then now to finish off that character, I'm gonna have her become the, I guess the Chezarine, if you want to say so, or just the Crusader. So that's going to be her thing, and so I started doing that last night. I'm almost done with it. I just got to go see Vlindrel and give him a visit and maybe take a couple things from him. But yeah, I guess I should probably update everyone on the next video and what's going on. So I actually have a lot that I'm doing, a lot right now. So I have 3 different videos going on. One is Oh, there's a wolf. Don't hit my horse. I hate it when they hit the horse first. Okay, Martin. Jeez, dude, just straight up take over. Okay. So one video, the most important for you guys, is going to be what is essentially equivalent to the inns / taverns of the Elder Scrolls. However, the actual title is going to be different and the actual thumbnail is going to be different, but it's going to be the same format. I realized after the last video that if I want to continue having success on this platform, I got to change some things up. Oh, that's going to be a brigand, isn't it? Let's go see. Yeah, come here. Oh, where's he going? Oh, don't hit my horse! I hate when they try to go after my horse. It makes me angry. Anyway, yeah. Ooh, I didn't realize I was over encumbered. That's kind of annoying. I'm gonna have to sell some stuff, but honestly I could probably drop anything that's not worth much. Oh, the Ocean Striders. That's right, I forgot. I think we... Did we get the Frostcrag Spire last time? Or, oh no, I just used the item itself that we got to, the item itself we got from the Oblivion portal to enchant that. It has been a minute, guys. I will try to remember everything, but I'm catching up after a little bit of time off here, because I've been, I mean, it's time off from YouTube, definitely not time off from my regular job or anything. And I'm not going to be late break because I've already mentioned it in community posts and stuff, but I've also been dealing with pet health issues and stuff. Not only mine, but also my friends, so man, it has been a minute. Kagernak says, I'm playing Morrowind multiplayer with my friends and it's so much fun. Did you ever play it multiplayer? Yes, I played it with a good friend named Kristen. We had a lot of fun. We didn't play it super duper long just because it was back at a time where all we had were laptops, and it just, you know, it was kind of a mess to run through, and it was very early on, that mod, but it was still fun. The only other time, which was even earlier than that I played it, was with a friend named Jacob I had at the time, and he wasn't super into Elder Scrolls, so it was kind of hard to get him to focus. To like, it's just not his style of game. You know, there's some people who their style of game is fast action, pick up quick and move, and then there are those like you and I who have a lot of like structured focus on a specific title for long periods of engagement. So there's definitely a difference there. But yeah, I really enjoyed it when we did play. Funny enough, I didn't have the patches yet to make... Oh, hey, Legionnaire. Come join us on our journey. I didn't have the patches yet to make the Assassins, or the Dark Brotherhood, appear at level 6 like it was supposed to. So me and my friend Kristen, we got Dark Brotherhood armor, at least from what I remember, we got it pretty much instantly early on, which was a little bit OP. For those of you who understand how that is, if you've had experience with that. Let's see, going from most of Bethesda games, another thing I realized that disappointed me with Starfield was the lack of cosmic / Lovecraftian horror, especially in a space game. Oh man, I can't even begin to talk about the disappointments that I had in that game, which, I mean, it was more than... Oh, I gotta catch up with them. But it was more than disappointing because, man, I was really excited for it. And there was that one quest where those man-made creatures kind of follow you around, and that was really fun. However, that was it. You know, seeing the little beeper, and all you had to tell you that you were close to an enemy was like the little beep to be like, oh, he's this many meters away. It's like a little ping. That was cool. But everything else in that game, I'm sorry to say, was just so boring, ultimately. And I don't know why. It's hard for me to place into words exactly how boring it was, but you know, someday I think I'll give it another chance, but for the time being, I just don't have that much interest in it. So I've always loved the inns and pubs in Oblivion and Skyrim, especially, so looking forward to that video. I hope so. It's going to be really fun. I've thought about truncating it in some way, which for me, you know, I consider a short video to be an hour, so truncating it doesn't mean a lot compared to most people's definition. But when it comes to how long I want to make the video or how long the video could be, a good estimate, this is the funny thing, and it's not going to be this long, and I don't want to make it this long because that not only does it overstay the welcome, like I enjoy making long videos because the Elder Scrolls is a big world with a lot to do, you know. So when you're playing it, you know, you might be doing some routine stuff in the game, like your virtual chores or whatever, and then on this, especially if you're doing ESO or something, and ooh, look at the Imperial City, and then on the side, you have a video going, one of mine or one of somebody's, and it's nice when they're pretty long. But, you know, I want to make this one funny, so I have ideas on how to make it funny, and I kind of have a dry sense of humor, so it's not going to be in your face, you know, loud, extreme, whatever. But I don't want it to overstay its welcome. And so I'm expecting 2.5 to 3 hours, and if it's more than that, I'm gonna start trimming it down. But let's just say that if there's 70 inns that you can sleep in, to keep myself sane and not have to do a whole bunch of stuff, we're gonna do Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, and we're only including the inns that you can actually rent a bed in, and that's 70 across those 3 games. If I tried to do that with Arena and Daggerfall, there are so many inns that are so similar, that are so confusing, that, to be honest, I'm sorry for the Daggerfall and Arena fans, but it's just, the amount of time and effort it takes me to make the video, it just doesn't make sense. It's just not feasible. So anyway, if each one of those 70 things I spent 4 minutes talking about, it would be 5 hours long. So yeah, and that's not including the, you know, in-universe additions and scripting ideas and all of that stuff. So it's, yeah, so I'm gonna have to be rather particular about how I choose to do this video. I've already recorded all the footage from Morrowind. I finished that today. I finished the Little Cup footage for the Crystal Project today, and I actually got some footage for the Time Splitters 1 video a few days ago. But I'm finally off watching my friends Leopard Geckos, so that frees up a lot of time. And I'm off today, and I'm off tomorrow to work on some footage. I won't be streaming tomorrow, and honestly I would like to have a better streaming quality than this, but like I said, internet not great, and I can't convince my, you know, landlord to get on that, it seems. So oh well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully sooner than later I can change internet, but at the moment I don't have a choice. And if you live in an apartment like I do, you'll realize that, and you'll probably empathize with that. Man, it is so crazy the difference that it makes going from the non-reshade to reshade. I actually spent a long time trying to figure out what the problem was where I couldn't record footage, and if I could record footage, it was incredibly choppy. I mean, laggy, rubber banding. It was actually infuriating. There was a period of 2 days I had off in a row where I spent that entire time where I could have spent resting, playing games, chilling out. I spent that entire time working on figuring out that problem. And it was very frustrating, but the good news is I got it fixed. I just can't stand leaving something unfinished or unfixed. I just want to check something here. Yeah, look how dark this would be without reshade. That's insane. So yeah, I got it done, got it fixed. The footage you're seeing now is pretty good. I have my new graphics card in. Yeah, a lot of good things. I actually spent some of that time updating my drivers to the newest game ready driver, the newest studio driver for my specific graphics card. I was only able to upgrade to a 3060 Ti, but that's the first time I've ever upgraded, and that's just really all I could afford at the moment. But I've saved up for it for a while, and I was like, you know, I'm going to treat myself, and so I replaced my wife's graphics card and everything, so that's cool. But yeah, all it really needs now is the internet to be swapped over, and then you guys will have crystal clear video again. There's been a major problem with my provider, so I haven't been able to do, you know, we had some clear video the first time around. The first few episodes were pretty dang clear, if I say so myself, but you know, it's very unstable, and so I figured, you know, I'd rather you guys have a consistent frame rate and a consistent audio bit rate and everything, rather than it looking perfect. So I love Lovecraftian stuff, so it's probably why Apocrypha is my favorite plane in Oblivion. Yeah, that makes total sense. I still haven't continued Whispers in the Darkness. I think I talked about it last time that I was working on that. Oh shoot. Kill the wolf. Oh man, he's still alive. I forget I'm not on my other character. My other character kills timber wolves in like one hit. But yeah, I do want to continue reading that book sometime soon. It's just life is incredibly busy. Let's see. I don't want to get rid of anything that important. Probably get rid of these. I'm never going to use these. Okay. Those are free for whoever wanders the trail and finds them. I like the reshade. It makes the game a little more vibrant like the OG Oblivion. Exactly. Without reshade, I gotta be totally honest. Someone commented whenever I first made a post about Oblivion coming out. First off, there were the comments of people saying it wasn't real, and then there were the comments of people saying it looks bad. And someone just said brown. That was their only comment. And I was like, what do you mean? And clearly I kind of knew what they meant, but I wanted more explanation just to confirm. Don't go after my freaking horse. Kill the wolf. Okay. I wanted more confirmation as to what they meant, and I 100% agree with them. Like, the world at noon looks like it's freaking 7 p.m. You know, it looks like it's even 8 p.m. It looks like it's about time to go to bed because the world is just so dark and dim. It looks like it's constantly in dusk, even at noon. So I was actually really disappointed with that. And then just to name drop it, I looked up Ayleid Reshade and put that on, and I have had no complaints since. I feel like it looks like a natural continuation of, you know, what Oblivion should be, graphics-wise. So look, like, this is Reshade, this is not Reshade. It's just, it's dim and not very fun to look at. And I understand when you, like, at nighttime, it can be a little bit like you have night vision, sort of, but I really don't care. You know, I think it looks better. Yeah, that's fine if you enjoy how Oblivion Remastered looks. That's totally fine. No one has to use mods, and in fact, I pretty much never ever do use mods. But this is one case in which I just had to. I just thought, you know, I was really disappointed with how dark and dingy everything looked. It seems like that's something to do with Unreal Engine itself, that it just doesn't look particularly nice. You know, like it looks great actually graphic wise, but it has this weird brown tint over everything that muddies it all up, and it's strange to kind of consider whether or not that's a graphics impediment, or if it's kind of a trick to hide some of the shortcomings of the engine. I can't tell. I don't know, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna pretend to know. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a bummer that that it just looks like that. But it's okay if you like it. There's absolutely no problem with that. I just didn't, so I was happy to find the Ayleid Reshade. Another minor complaint is the weather effects seem to kick in more than half the time. I find myself just waiting until you get a sunny, non-foggy day. For the fog, I definitely agree. But Who's that guy over there? It's kind of weird. I'll tell you though, I absolutely love storms. In games, in real life, whatever. And I think that was actually started by my love for Morrowind, because man, when it storms in Morrowind, especially as a kid when that game still looked like real life to me, I would just sit there and listen to it until it was done, and then I would be bummed that it was over. But I love storms. So when it rains in this game, I swear, the first time it stormed in this game, I was in the Heartlands, and I saw it just like landing upon the water, and there's mud crabs clicking around, but they don't see me quite yet, and they're just doing their business, and I'm just hanging out, and man, was that a sight to see. It was just so enjoyable. I'm just glad we don't have blight storms in Oblivion, because that would be annoying. Oop, I hear a wolf. Coming up here soon, I'm sure. Oh man, I'm trying to think what else has gone on. I know it's been a little while. You know, I've already kind of talked about the pet stuff. Oh, we're here. We're here at the embassy. Already kind of talked about the pet stuff. Talked about what I've done in Oblivion so far, what videos I've been working on. Really, oh, is this Baurus? Oh, it's Cyrus.
Grandmaster, is this...
Yes, Cyrus. This is the Emperor's son, Martin Septim.
Sir, my lord, welcome to Cloud Ruler Temple. We have not had the honor of an emperor's visit in many years.
Ah, well, thank you. The honor is mine.
Come, your blades are waiting to greet you.
After you guys. This is cool. The cool thing about this is oh man, the Aurora looks so cool as part of the scene. I have not done any of the main quest on my other character, or on any character. So, at least within the remaster. So this is all new to me. This is beautiful. Very, very cozy.
Dark times are upon us. The Emperor and his sons were slain on our watch. The Empire is in chaos. But there is yet hope. Here is Martin Septim, true son of Uriel Septim.
Hail Dragonborn!
Your Highness.
I mean, I don't know if he's Dragonborn. He doesn't use the Thuum. That's kind of weird, but...
Joffrey, all of you, I know you all expect me to be Emperor. I'll do my best. But this is all new to me. I'm not used to giving speeches.
I'm not used to giving speeches.
I wanted you to know that I appreciate your welcome here. I hope I prove myself worthy of your loyalty in the coming days. That's it.
You shall.
Thank you.
Well then, thank you, Martin. We'd all best get back to our duties, eh, Captain?
Okay, so, your favorite part of the cities in Oblivion is that at certain times the church bells start ringing. Do they do it on the hour every hour? Because I've noticed that as well in the remaster, but I don't remember if they did that in the original or not, because you know I used the original footage for what's it called? For the first video, or the first Gods of the Elder Scrolls video. It's supposed to be the pantheons of the Elder Scrolls, but sometimes, you know, the series stuff just doesn't work out, and sometimes the series thumbnails and things don't work out until the full set is available. But anyway, I remember I went to a lot of the churches and stuff, and I don't remember the bells going off. I think they added that within the remaster, and if not, I could just be wrong. But man, I can't wait until you get to see the game as well as I do, because the game runs like butter. Even outside now, it runs like butter. Because I got that new graphics card. I don't think it dips below like 50. That's at worst. At worst, it can hit 50 sometimes, but most of the time it's around 60, which is just so nice. Because with my old graphics card, it was rough. But yeah.
Not much of a speech, was it? Didn't seem to bother them.
Great to see you back. I'm grateful to see you.
I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I know I would be dead by now if it weren't for you. Thank you.
It's all good, Sean
Everyone
Bean.
expects me to suddenly know what to do, how to behave. They want want an emperor to tell them what to do, and I haven't the faintest idea.
Well, it looks like we need to get the amulet back.
Of course, the Amulet of Kings. So I, can take it to the Temple of the One and light the dragon fires, and stop the Oblivion invasion.
That's right, and you'll be the Emperor.
The Emperor? That's an idea that will take some getting used to. In any case, we need the amulet first. Maybe Joffrey will know where to start. Don't worry about me, my friend.
Don't worry about me.
No, I'm in good
Okay,
hands.
well, I'll go ahead and talk to Joffrey then.
You have proven yourself a loyal servant of the Empire, as worthy as any of the Blades to stand by Martin's side during this crisis. As the Grand Master of the Blades, I would be honored to accept you into our order. Will you join us?
Will I join you? Sure.
It is my honor to welcome you into our ranks as a knight.
Kind of have to if I want to do the main quest, right? So.
You're right. We must try to recover the amulet before the enemy takes it out of our reach. We
Okay.
should go back to the Imperial city. Baurus may have learned something about the assassins. You'll find Baurus at Luther Broad's boarding house in the Elven Gardens district of the Imperial city.
He's having a rough time after
Give my
after
warm
failing
regards
the
to
Emperor.
Baurus. Tell him he should not blame himself for the Emperor's death. He did well to send you to me.
Alright then. I was given something. Hold on, what was I given? Oh, the Akaviri Katana. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. But it does more damage than what I got now. However, that's not at full capacity. I might need to drop it for now. Unfortunately, I shall return and grab it, but I need to sell some stuff first. So let's go ahead and put this over here. I love that he just gives me a gift and I'm like, oh, sorry, I gotta set that down for a second. Oh well. So let's see. We need to go back to the Imperial City. Honestly, let's go to the market so I can sell some stuff. And also level up. That'd be good. Bump up my strength a little bit. Oh man, I didn't even get to tell you guys yet. Whoa. Hello guys, starting duty.
What is it, citizen?
I didn't even get to tell you guys yet. I went to the mountains with my friends and some family, and I straight up wrecked my ankle. It was kind of a bummer. It definitely hurt worse than I let on. That was over a week ago, and it still hurts. It swelled pretty dang bad, and I just didn't want to, you know, cause a problem for anyone while we were still going. But man, maybe I should have, because I'll take it. I need to level up. Give me that level. But yeah, man, I twisted. That's part of the reason I had to sit with my ankle up, and thankfully Megan has been super helpful as always, just so kind in helping me recover and everything. Send it to level 8. Secret does seem to be hard work, yes, but it's also a kind of blind passion and inspiration. We're gonna up that strength as much as we can. Intelligence, we are gonna do potions, and then agility for bow usage. Okay. What? I can level up again? Huh? Okay. So that's how it works. You plod along, putting one foot before the other, look up, and suddenly there you are, right where you wanted to be all along. Okay, I don't know why I leveled up twice. I guess I made more progress last time than I remembered. Okay, I was going to be real worried if that symbol was still there. Let's see. I think the skeleton key is the most useless artifact in the game. Yeah, at a certain point, I mean, at a certain point, no pins drop when you're a master, like locksmith. So, yeah, kind of what is the point, right? It made more sense in other games. It makes, maybe even in Skyrim, it makes a little more sense. And Morrowind, I feel like it, you know what? Call me a fake fan. I don't remember if it's in Morrowind off the top of my head. I'm pretty dang sure it is, but I'd have to look it up and remember. But in Morrowind, it would serve a purpose. because there's no little perks like that that make things permanently helpful. I should probably also sell to her when I'm here. Let's see, what can I haggle? Let's do a little more. Wow, the Dwarven arrows are better than the Dremora field arrows. Shoot, I'll just sell all those. Ankle pain is the worst, hard to tell how serious it is. Yeah, it sucked. Because it's, well, I feel bad selling this Curious, but I do need gold. And I'm not going to soul trap anything on this character, I've already decided that. But, yeah, it was pretty dang bad, because it swelled like crazy, and I had to put some ice on it a few times a day. And I still had to go to work on it, which sucked, and I'm limping, looking dumb, but I'm literally walking into the lab, and every time I'm holding a container of acids, I'm like limping across the room to the next, you know, set down point. It was probably not a great idea on my part, but you know, I can't afford to take days off just whenever. So yeah, let's see. I pretty much cleared my inventory as much as I need to. Yeah, my sister once broke her ankle. Dang. Yeah, I didn't go that far. That sounds like it probably was a sports injury. Correct me if I'm wrong, but mine was just I was walking at the mountains with my friends, and I know these mountains really well. So, you know, sometimes I get a little haughty, I guess. And I was walking through and I saw some ground. It was pretty early in the day, like, I don't know, like 9 or 10 or something. And I guess there was still some morning dew on the ground, and it looked really flat. But I stepped down and my ankle bent and slipped out from under me. So it, like, the connection from my shin to my ankle went flat to the ground with my foot like springing to the right, my left foot, and so it was incredibly uncomfortable. It was not fun. Oh, she tripped and broke it. Oof. Either way, sucky injury. It's not fun because we all take for granted, you know, and as fate would have it, only a couple days after that I went to the store and I saw during the same visit, it almost felt like it was like meaningful. During the same visit, I saw multiple people walking with like steel limbs and stuff where they were missing, you know, and both of them were missing a leg, different legs, but and they were totally unrelated, not talking to each other, not in the same area. I just saw two different people where they had, you know, a metal leg. So it made me really think about how grateful I am that I still have all my limbs and these things I take for granted, you know. So yeah, it's always good to be happy for what you do have. I think I'm going to be a little more trim on this character. On my main character, I collect every single ingredient. But I want to be a little more trim on this character so we're not just constantly making potions. And it can be a little bit harder. So, I'll get rid of things that I know that I don't really need. And I never use Chameleon, so... Let's see... Restore Fatigue. Yeah. Could be useful. Restore Personality, no thanks. Restore Health, yes. Shock damage, that's going to be a while before I can do that. Cure Disease, that's pretty good. Fire damage is really cool, but I'm not really gonna play a mage. I decided I'm not really gonna dip into the whole conjuration stuff on this character. Fly Amanita, can't use that to make health potions right now, but I can later, so I might hold on to it. Harada's damage health, cure paralysis, restore health, restore intelligence. Strength.
An excellent bargain. A good
that's a fortification of health, but I can't do that for a while. Poison. Got all novice gear, so I can probably upgrade that. That'd be cool. Peony seeds to damage health, restore fatigue, restore will. Get rid of these. Get rid of this.
That's a fair deal.
Hey, Onyx, great to see you streaming again. Looks better too. Oh, okay. It might just be my my preview that makes it look not so great, but I hope it looks good. For me, the preview doesn't look fantastic, but that could just be on my end. I tried to change my internet. I was telling people before you hopped in here. I tried to get my internet changed, but there's some logistical stuff I'm working through. So I'll sell about half of these because I do want to make some more damage stuff. Oh, I shouldn't have sold those. These do fire damage. Shoot, I shouldn't have sold those at all. Could make some fire damage poisons. Okay, I'll keep 8 of them.
A good price for a good customer.
But right now I'm trying to thin out my inventory so that I'm not just banking on this stuff the whole time.
You got a great deal.
Princess Calcinator though, I will take that and I'll sell the old one. Should be in for novice. Yeah, last time the internet was already the internet's already bad. My internet's bad, but it was in a period where it was just like absolutely terrible, like inexcusably bad, to use the word that somebody used one time on one of my videos. And this is not to poke fun at anyone, so I want to share it because I just think it's funny. And if this was, it was none of you guys who have posted in chat who said this, so I don't know if whoever said this is still watching, but I guarantee they're not because they were mad. But someone said they used the word inexcusable when describing how I didn't add Daggerfall to the dungeons video. They were incredibly mad, and they posted like, I don't know, 4 paragraphs about how I just, I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that because I'm just like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. It's a free YouTube video you're watching. Just click off, man. I'm not offended. If you don't like it, just move on. It's all good. But I started calling it, and this, I don't know if this should become a meme on the channel or something, but I started calling it Daggergate. And so I've been talking about it off and on for various reasons. I've been mentioning it for months about like things I am or am not. Wouldn't it be funny if amit was a contraction? Like I am or amit going to add. I'm gonna save that sweet cake for feather. Honestly, can I make that right now? Nice. 87 points for 300 seconds. That's pretty dang good. This character isn't even built up yet. But yeah, it's just kind of become a job around, or a joke around my friends at my job and just my personal life. Just people, anytime I say I'm not including something in a video or something here or there or whatever it might be, like, oh hey, we're gonna play games this time, but I'm not gonna include this game in our rotation or whatever. People will be like, oh, here comes Daggergate. so yeah, big opportunity, big what's the word, potential for a community meme there. But I just think it's funny. I'm not mad at the person who got upset by it or whatever, but yeah, someone really started digging at my character also, like me personally, and they were like, oh, it's inexcusable that you didn't include Daggerfall. And I'm like, you mean the one with spaghetti dungeons that are, in many cases randomly generated, like, or just procedurally generated? It's whatever. Okay, we cleared up a lot of weight. That's really good. So now we need to take Martin to the Elven Gardens district. Let's go ahead and go this way. World's biggest Daggerfall fan, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. And there's nothing wrong with it. I still suck at the original Daggerfall. I'm definitely going to attempt Unity. I was actually planning to, but then Oblivion Remastered came out, so that went out the window.
Prey approaches.
Oh, that's a line from Morrowind. Huh. I'm gonna be honest, Daggerfall dungeons were pretty terrible. 3-hour Maze Fest. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely subjective, right? That red looks really good on their helmets. It's definitely subjective, but I gotta be honest, they were kind of like to me. Daggerfall dungeons are ridiculously copy-paste, and oh, if you don't know about that invisible secret door switch, good luck. That took me forever. That took me forever because I was like, okay, I just suck at this, I guess. Is there something I'm missing? And then I was like, I looked it up to find that. Ty says, I'm gonna spam Daggergate anytime you mess up on lore. just go ahead. It's fair enough, right? That would be such a good community meme. Let's talk to our friend Baurus. I might even get a drink just to make him feel a little bit better.
I'm going to get up in a minute and walk out of here. That guy in the corner behind me will follow me. You follow him.
I'll follow you. You guys are Manslayer fans from back in the day. I don't know why that part kills me, but it's just like there's this one part where he says that man in the corner is gonna follow me, yeah, he's like, that man's gonna follow me. You follow him. I'll follow you. Like insinuating that it's just gonna be like a circle. Anyway, I'll tell him about the Heir later. He knows what's going on, or he wouldn't be talking to me like this. I'm ready when you are.
Good. Remember, wait for him to follow me. I want to see what he'll do.
Okay, I'm waiting. Excuse me, sir. I was gonna get a drink, but now I kind of gotta go peek at the corner. Imagine playing that when it came out. What resources you would have. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was still using a floppy disk. Oh, bad guy. I was still using floppy disks to copy, because I played Morrowind on Xbox. So I would use my family's Windows XP computer, and I would download stuff onto floppy disks, like guides and stuff, and I would bring that to my Windows 95 computer that was in my room, and I would pop in the floppy disk and boot up the file, and it's all formatted poorly, but that's how long the UESP has been around. It's crazy how helpful they've been. But with the internet and with the UESP, I don't even know how I found the UESP back in the day. I think I just searched like Morrowind quest help and I found it. But man, so cool, so useful. But it's a blast from the past. Yes, I used floppy disks, and funny enough, it's an orange one, and I know it's an orange one because that was in 2002. So I don't want to gauge just how old I am, but I still have that floppy disk, and of course modern PCs don't have a floppy drive, but I still have the disk in case I ever want to pop it in for just nostalgia's sake. I also had a bunch of Neopets information on there. The enemy agent who attacked Baurus is dead. I should find out what he's learned about our enemies. Astav Wirik, give me the commentaries, and I shall talk to Baurus.
Good work. I am glad to see you, by the way.
That is not the hair I expected for him. Like his face, and I'm putting my hand over his hair right now on my PC monitor, and I'm like, I imagine him with the helmet, and then boom. I just did not imagine him to have that hairstyle. Elders, let's see. Sure, the bartender isn't concerned at 3 people, 1 armed, walking into the basement at once. Yeah, he's just like, you guys settle it down there. I wonder if he's in on it, you know? Or maybe he's in with Baurus. Who knows what side he's helping there? He could be helping either side. Setting up an ambush for one or the other. It still happens. Elder Scrolls community back then was just as, if not more passionate. Here's a fishy stick. Tell me if you recognize that reference. Yeah, they always were. Let's see. Love the UESP. The formatting is so nostalgic of the early internet, but it's still very clean. Oh, easily. I've always been a proponent of the clear and easy to see versus the fancy, flashy whatever. Like, no offense to the people who work on the wiki stuff or whatever, but the fandom wiki websites, I cannot stand. Even with, well, first off, I can't stand any website on mobile because you're typically pulling out your phone to find something real quick, right? So I can't stand anything on mobile, but at the same time, there's like 8 ads, and even if I have my VPN on that turns off ads on my phone, I'll be scrolling through that website and it'll keep like shooting me back up to the top. And every time I look at something, it'll change pages and try to reload something. It's just a freaking nightmare. But the UESP is a godsend. So absolute props to them for all time.
The assassins who killed the Emperor were part of a Deirdre cult known as the Mythic Dawn. Apparently worship the Deirdre Lord Mehrunes Dagon. I've been tracking their agents in the Imperial city. I guess they noticed.
I guess they did notice. I found the heir.
Thank Talos he lives. Martin Septim, you say? We will restore him to the throne. It is the sworn duty of all blades.
I'm glad to make him feel better. The enemy has the amulet.
What? They took it from Joffrey? Things are worse than I had thought. There's a scholar at the Arcane University. Tarmina's her name. Supposed to be an expert on Daedric cults. Why don't you take that book to her? See what she makes.
Okay, I'll bring the book to her real quick and we'll see what happens.
If you learn anything, you can find me at Luther Broad's. May Talos guide you.
Okay. Well, don't drink yourself over the Emperor's death. Don't feel that bad about it. You couldn't have known.
Like I said, she's one of the brains of...
Okay.
I hope you learned something from Tarmina about that book. This might just be the break we need.
Oh, I need to put my... Do I have torches? I do. Alright. Yeah, because this game can get kind of dark at times. Also, I haven't asked yet, how is the audio and the video for you guys? Because the preview is not 100% accurate for me, visually, so it could be looking way better than I think. I have no idea. Luther Broad, tell me what you think is going on with your blonde eyelashes. Nothing?
Farewell.
Okay. He's not even going to react to that. I guess, like, out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, let me know, is my audio over the game good enough? Can you clearly hear me? And also, how's the video going? Because I had to lower some settings until I can get the internet fixed.
Spare a coin for the infirm?
Yeah, sure, you do look very sickly.
Thank you for your help. Thank you, kind sir. Blessings of Anu upon me.
Alright. Pretty good video stream? Okay, cool. Just making sure the visuals are okay.
Greetings.
Later on, we're going to come here and we're just absolutely going to slam through these Amanitas because... Also, look how beautiful this is. Oh, the rain's letting up. Sun's coming through. Look how shiny these mushrooms are. So pretty. Audio's good. Video's a little choppy, but not too bad. Okay. The audio's usually okay. I would love to get the video better, but I seriously, I looked into the plans, and if I can get fiber, if I can get my landlord to just move on this, it would be 10 times as good, and it would be half the price of what I'm paying. So, I'm just, man, I just am so hoping we can get this to happen. Oh yeah, I'm going to the Arcane University. Video's choppy. Dang it. Well, it is what it is, you know. There's a reason that streaming is not my primary thing right now, but you know, it could become a more regular thing once I get internet fixed. I've been bugging him about it, not to be a nuisance, but you know, I don't want to pay as much for internet anymore, especially if it's this bad. So it is what it is. But I also just kind of wanted to jump on and talk to everyone because man, it's been a busy time for me. So all right.
What is it, citizen?
All right, let me talk to her, but first I need to check some logistical stuff if I can. 1 second. All right. Let's see here. Alright, we're good to go. Let me go ahead and talk to her and see what's going on. Fiber is an easy install, so that's weird that he's reluctant. Yeah, I don't think I'll say a whole lot more on that because I don't want to be mean or anything, but it would take one phone call. That's literally it.
Hello.
one phone call, him to confirm it, and he also wants that internet, so I don't know. It's just, it sucks to, you know, I'm a busybody, and I'm also a person who gets things done, so it's always bothersome to me when I have to rely on someone else to do it. It just, it's annoying. Hi, Tarmina. I want to talk to you about the Mythic Dawn.
You know of them? One of the most secretive of all the Daedric cults. Not much is known about them. They follow the teachings of
Mankar Cameron.
They call the Master, a shadowy figure.
That's the guy who made the Avatar movies. I know him. I found one of their books.
Ah, yes. Commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes. Wonderful. You have a scholarly interest in Daedric cults, then?
I just need to find the Mythic Dawn. This character is not really into Daedric stuff. Although, I'm not planning to do Daedric stuff on my main character, so maybe I will do it on him.
Find them.
Maybe this is his intro.
Knows any further. Official business and all that. I'm used to working with the blades. Don't worry. Say no more. In any case, finding them won't be easy. I've studied Mankar Cameron's writings a bit myself. At least those that I could find. It is clear from the text.
The commentaries come in 4 volumes, but you've only seen the first 2.
But I've only ever seen the first 2 books. I believe that his writings contain hidden clues to the location of the Mythic Dawn's secret shrine to Mehrunes Dagon.
Okay, cool.
Those who unlock this hidden path have proven themselves worthy to join the ranks of the Mythic Dawn cult. Finding the shrine is the first test.
I can find the shrine.
To find them, you'll need all 4 volumes of the commentaries.
Alright, where can I find them?
Here, you can have the library's copy of Volume 2. Treat it gently, if you please. As I've said, I've never even seen the 3rd and 4th volumes. You should try first edition over in the market.
Man, I love the bookstores in these games. They're so cozy.
Caters to specialist collectors. He may have an idea of where to locate those books.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much for your help.
It was so nice.
I'll get it
chatting
figured
with
out.
you. Be sure to let me know how your hunt for the Mythic Dawn turns out.
Will do, Tarmina.
Good morning.
It's strange saying Mina and not referring to one of my cats who is named after Vermina. It's my brown cat, if you guys have seen her in any videos or images or anything. Alright, well, let's figure this out. Let's go to... I need to go to the bookstore. I was actually about to go to the bookstore in real life early today because they had a whole bunch of Goosebumps books, and I'm gonna actually make a video on Goosebumps stuff at some point. I know it's not video games related, I know it's not Elder Scrolls related, but I kind of just want to do what I want to do every once in a while. And I also got to talk to you guys about sponsors. And I'm not going to list names and I'm not going to say too much, but I got a sponsor offer a while ago, and so I've been... That house is just so cool. I'm so glad it's visible right there. It's so neat. I got a sponsorship offer. I have 3. Okay, I have 3, and 2 of them want to do it on a regular basis. And I'm happy about that, right? Pretty dang cool. However, the rates that they offer are insulting, and one couldn't even remember. They emailed me one time. We had a full-length conversation through email about the plans, the negotiations, and what was going to go on, what video they would be in. It's going to come out in September, and all this stuff I have planned. And then they emailed me again, like a week and a half later. They're like, okay, cool, let me know when you're ready. And I'm like, cool, will do. They emailed me a week and a half later or so, completely redone, completely boilerplate, like they don't even know me, and they don't even know what content I make. So unfortunately, I doubt that they are, but if they're watching this, or if they ever do watch this, probably not going to offer a sponsorship with me, but it's fine. Like, you need to... It's really unprofessional to have a conversation with someone that you want to do a product placement with and then not even know what their content is. So Yeah, and then one of them
Look around. If I don't have it, maybe I can get
kind of strung me along, and then they dropped their offer, and it was insulting to say the least. So yeah, not great. Let's see. The Argonians have really grown on me in this game. If the Elder Scrolls 6 Argonians are a blend of this and ESO style, I think they'd be perfect. Yeah, I agree. They look really good in this game. When I see them in Skyrim, I think they still look pretty good, but honestly, weird take, and I understand it's not popular. I love Morrowind's Argonians. I love how strange they are. I love the bent back legs and stuff, even though they don't even make sense for a reptile. I'm just like, man, this is pretty cool. Very unique. But yeah. Yeah, yes. The experience was something else. That, maybe the one that I think you're talking about, I spoke to them, they did complete their end of the deal at least halfway so far. And I've gotten nothing back from my last response to them, which was, at least from my understanding, it was pretty kind. Oh, Ty, don't even get me started about better health, dude. As someone with, and I'll say this one time and probably never again, but as someone with depression, and if you ever see me in live action videos, you'll probably notice that's been something I've dealt with. Yeah, that company, everything I've read and seen, I haven't experienced for myself, but everything I've researched about them, because there was one point in my life where I was like, oh, maybe I will contact those people. And I looked at everything about how they would drop you immediately. You would lose the person that was supposed to be your, quote unquote therapy guide, or whatever specific term they use. They use a specific term on that website, but they will just drop you overnight, and the next time you'll come on and you'll have to relearn an entire new person. Or there are some times where people have calls and the therapist from the website is not, either on one hand they might not be trained well enough to work with those people, or on the other hand they might just be kind of at the end of their own personal rope by having problems with how they're paid by the company, how the company runs itself. So they might just bail because they're like, man, I'm under too much pressure, I'm leaving. And so it's just this whole, it might be better nowadays, but the last time I researched it was only a few years ago, and it was still experiencing the same problems. And so, yeah, I'm not looking to cause problems, but I will say right now, I don't care what Better Health thinks about what I say in my videos, because I will not ever take their sponsor. I don't care. I will never take their sponsor. The other sponsors I didn't name because I do think we could come to an agreement, and I'm not angry or upset at them. I was upset by one specific email that was sent, but I'm not against negotiations with them or working with them in the future. They haven't done anything that dire, but I will never work with BetterHelp.
You must be referring to Mankar Cameron's commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes.
Okay, Fentius,
It
semantics.
comes in 4 volumes. The first 2 volumes are rare, but you may run across them from time to time. The 3rd and 4th are impossible to find.
Are they?
I happen to have a copy of volume.
They're impossible to find. I have one.
Special order. Already paid for by another customer. Sorry. Gwynnis would be terribly disappointed.
Gwynnis.
It was gone when he came to pick it up. So sorry I can't help you.
Why are you sounding so fake?
I'm afraid I couldn't sell it to you for any price.
You are sounding so weird. And he's not answering right. I'm gonna have to bribe him, aren't I?
I don't know him personally, but he was very eager to get his hands on Volume 3 of Cameron's. As a matter of fact, he's already
late.
Feel free to wait for him if you want to.
Ah, he's already late, huh? Really? Cool. Does the car have to... That's so awesome. I can see it in the audio capture. People's cars are constantly going off on this road. Let me see how much money I have, because he might be telling me to bribe him. Oh, I have 4,000? Whatever. I'll bribe this fricker. Okay.
What if I'd like to help you, but
the cost.
I would have to try to obtain another copy for Gwyn. It's not.
Okay, what? Oh my gosh, really? He's still not satisfied?
See? Was that hard?
See?
Very well. I
Hate to deny a dedicated scholar.
scholar like yourself.
BetterHelp is probably run by Clavicus Vile. Yeah, you have to sell part of your soul in order to get any kind of help, and that part of your soul is your entire bank account. 100 gold, that's nothing. Okay.
I hope you'll keep us in mind for all.
Alright, got it. What about Volume 4? You've never seen a copy. Whatever. What? Now he's mad at me after I just bribed him up to 80%? That's ridiculous.
Good day.
Ah, whatever. Screw you, dude. This whole sequence is stupid, but I love it. Yeah, it's dumb. I like the voice acting, though. He's like, that's a very clear hint, like, hey, you're supposed to bribe me. Oh, hey, Gwyneth. Oh, I want to see how he reacts to him not having it. Oh.
I'm here for my book, Mankar Cameron's Commentaries, Volume 3.
Ah, about that. You see, I don't have it anymore. Terribly sorry. Full refund, of course.
You can be sure I won't be back. I've never been treated so shabbily in all my life. Good day, sir.
Oh. Hello.
Hi, Gwyneth. Are you a... I don't know if I want to talk to him about that, because I don't know if he's going to try and take it from me or something.
I don't want to talk about it.
Still very angry. He sold me Volume 3. I'm looking for Volume 4.
What makes you think that I know how to get it?
The Mythic Dawn is dangerous.
The Mythic Dawn? Are you... I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about any cult.
Is that right?
Very well. I can see you're familiar with Mankar Cameron's commentaries. I know that Daedric cults are not quite the thing socially, but that's just foolish prejudice and superstition.
Not in this case.
Open-minded thinker. Daedric worship holds many rewards.
They killed the Emperor, you freaking idiot.
What? The Mythic Dawn were the ones? You have to believe me. I truly had no idea. I mean, I knew they were a Daedric cult. Mankar Cameron's views on Mehrunes Dagon are fascinating. Revolutionary even. But to murder the Emperor...
You're in way over your head. He really is.
Yes, of course. Anything to help.
And he's probably going to get killed. They're going to know somehow.
They contacted me. I suppose they learned that I was looking for the 3rd and 4th volumes. I've never actually met any of them, I swear.
You need... Okay, I need the 4th book.
Get volume 4 directly from
a member.
I had set up a meeting with the sponsor, as he called himself. Here, take this note they gave me. It tells you where to go. I don't want anything else to do with the Mythic Dawn.
Sounds good. I shall do just that. See, I don't remember this being that easy. I remember as a kid like having trouble with this part, but I think maybe I just didn't understand that I needed to bribe Phintius. Okay, yeah. Let's go to the Gardens District. Also, honestly, let's peek at the books. Where are you? Okay. GREENEMPEROR. So Green Emperor. WAY. Green Emperor Way. Where? Tower touches something. We don't have the 4th one yet. And I need to repair all my gear, so let's see here. Ignore me smashing the X button. I didn't even know this quest was here. I need to do more complete search of the Imperial City, it looks like. This is just part of the main quest. I guess there are some slight alternate paths you can take. But yeah. There are a lot of quests that you'll miss in Elder Scrolls games, especially Morrowind comes to mind, because I, as a kid, missed a lot of quests by doing different things out of order and stuff. But that's what gives it replay value, you know? As long as... I just hate when video games have this thing, especially linear video games, where it's like, oh, you know, you kind of have to get this achievement before you do this or else you're screwed. Or like the arena is kind of bothersome, but sometimes I wish I hadn't done the Grey Prince quest. If you've done it, then you know what I mean. So, back to Luther Broad's boarding house. Oh, you've been avoiding the main quest. That explains it. Yeah, it's part of the main quest. That's what we're primarily doing here. So, I hope it's not too many spoilers, but that is the focus of this particular stream. Hey, Baurus.
Not easy to get hold of. What have you found out? This just might be the break we've been looking for. Good work.
You got it.
Get that fourth book then. If Tarmina is right, we can use these books to locate the Mythic Dawn's hidden shrine. Let's go. I know that part of the sewers well.
Into the sewers we go.
The sewers run underneath the whole Imperial city. There are access points in every district. The Blades have occasion to use them in our undercover work, as well as a means to move around the city without attracting attention.
Alright, well,
follow me.
Let's get moving.
I know how to get to the part of the sewers where we need to meet the sponsor.
Oh man, to meet the sponsor. I've had enough negotiations for the day. Man, there's just something about emails back and forth as an adult that you have to deal with that are just like, man, this can be torture sometimes. Not specifically any particular person, but just emails in general. Alright, Baurus, let's climb down to the sewers. Okay. Man. Eventually you guys are going to see this game just as clean and perfect as I see it. On stream, I mean. Your video probably already looks this good when you're playing. Hold on. I've got this legendary being. Baurus, don't subject yourself to torture. Stronger than I thought. Probably need to do this, don't I? Alright. Rat. I'm not even going to take his meat, it's just not worth it. It's too heavy. Crab. The crab meat is worth it once you start encountering ogres and wraiths, because then you can make electric damage potions, or poisons, which is pretty cool. You wish they'd revamp and bring back Radiant AI. Might be a hot take, but with refinement, that system had potential. Compared to Starfield, where NPCs don't feel alive anymore. Man, in Starfield, I got a lot of stuff to say about the NPCs. They look so strange. They just kind of walk around bug-eyed, and I also didn't like that, like, you really couldn't talk to them all. Definitely creates kind of a disconnect because, you know, I would walk around that main city at, I can't even remember what it's called. I put like 50 hours into that game. I can't remember what the main city was called. But either way, I would put, you know, I'd walk around and talk to people or try to talk to people and realize that I can't. And realize that they would just stare at me all creepy like. I'm gonna kill that crab. Ah, he's in the way. I don't want to kill him. Okay, just walk right past it. I'll get that one back there. Oh. Nope, okay. There's a goblin there. I'll get him. Come here, goblin boy. You're way easier to kill than the goblins in Valheim, that's for sure. See, I hated that they got rid of schedules in Starfield. All the shops are open 24/7. Majority of the named NPCs don't have the Radiant AI, and most are stationary. Yeah. No, I do miss that. I wonder if it was a big load on the systems. Because I love that in Oblivion. You know, it's kind of creepy if you really sit and like scope everyone out. But if you do, you'll realize like, oh, this person goes to the chapel this time. every day, and this person goes to this store every day. And there's even a couple I referenced in the most recent video. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. There's this woman who's married in Anvil. She's a wood elf, I believe, and she goes and visits this other man, behind the stables outside of Anvil, like every night, every Wednesday and Saturday or something like that. So it's like the implication is that she's cheating on this dude or whatever, or seeing just this other guy. And there's little interesting stories like that you'd miss out on without Radiant AI. I can't even tell you the names of characters in Starfield, to be honest. It's so unfortunate because, you know, I'm much more into fantasy than I am sci-fi, which is crazy because Halo's my favorite game series. In terms of like story, gameplay, everything. Like Elder Scrolls probably at this point is tied, but I've always said like I'd give it two different categories. Best game series, Halo. Best game ever, Morrowind. And that's kind of, I guess I've just been repeating that for a while. Maybe they're tied now, but yeah, I thought with liking sci-fi so much, I was just like, man, this will be so cool. I mean, you know, the first disappointment was I can't fly my ship where I want. You know, I can only fly it during combat sections, which is like, okay, I enjoyed Battlefront back in the day, Star Wars game, so not that big a deal. But then no aliens. That I probably already said that before, but in a different video or stream, but that was my biggest problem. No aliens in a spacefaring game. Like, what the heck, you know? Like, that's just crazy. I wonder if the team grew so fast no one knew how to use the tech anymore and it just got brushed aside. Was that made on the same engine as Skyrim? Like the creation engine? It felt so different, but then again, you know, different iterations within the same engine can be that way.
Alright, the room with the table is
just this door.
I always wondered who put it there.
Okay.
I happen to know that if you go up the stairs there, you can get a vantage point on the meeting room.
Dang, his eyelash game is strong.
To handle the meeting. You'll be my backup. Keep watch from above in case of trouble.
Okay.
Good.
I'll cover you.
Remember, we must not leave here without the book. It's our best chance of finding the amulet.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
I may not survive this, but if I don't, you must.
No, Baurus.
Cover the book.
I will quick save to keep you alive, if I can. I think I can.
I'm glad to have you at my back. Okay, let's do this.
Alright, I'm quick saving because I don't want Baurus to die if I can help it. I don't remember if he dies here or not. And I'll go ahead and poison my bow. So it's not this one, right? It's the other stairs, I want to say. Let's see. How do you feel about Infinite and 343's games in general? Ooh. Oh man, that's a can of worms. I will have to talk about that in just a sec.
I told you to come alone.
For you, Septum!
Oh, come on. I'm glad he's focusing me. Die, creature. They're subhuman, essentially. Ouch. Dang, this guy has a lot of health. What the heck? Get wrecked. Okay. Alright.
That's 3 more that won't be reporting back to their master.
Glad you're alive. I don't remember it being that fast. I remember last time they talked for a moment and then they noticed me. Maybe it's because my sneak skill's too low. Apparently from a former Skyrim dev who worked on Starfield, the dev team grew too large, so everyone's working at different studios. That also had to do with the fact that the pandemic was happening, so a lot of work was not outsourced, but like from people who are working far away from each other. So that makes sense. People weren't in-house sharing ideas, and you know, yeah, it's just, yeah, that sounds like a mess for game development, as far as I understand it. Yeah, I haven't watched that interview. I probably should though. That sounds interesting. But man, how do I start on Halo stuff? You know, I've been wanting to make a Halo video, and I've been trying to think of formats for a couple years now, and I just cannot think of a format that suits it. But one of the things that I think about a lot is, you know, how the change from Bungie to 343. I guess I should probably just give my, you know, my quick thoughts on, whoops, so used to my other character. My quick thoughts on the Halo games is, I like all the Bungie titles. 2 is my favorite, and then ODST follows that, and then Reach. Out of the 343 titles, I like the story of Halo 4, but I don't like the gameplay. And then Halo 5, the gameplay is okay, but the story was absolute dog water. Made no sense, like didn't even match the marketing. And then turning Cortana into a space genocider, the lamest possible thing. I always thought that they should basically have, oh man, this is taking a while. I'm just gonna spam. There we go. I wish that, you know, she had been quote unquote dead for one full title, like one full game, and then like at the end of Halo 5, you'd see the Chief's visor looking at something, and then you would see like a blue light shine on it, and that would be a hint that Cortana's coming back in the next game. Infinite's story was pretty decent, I thought. Pretty simple, but pretty decent. I just don't like the idea that they're going to try and rename. They're going to try and call the weapon, quote unquote. They're going to try and call her Cortana. It's very clearly hinted, and I just she's not. That's like, imagine him going back to all of humanity and be like, "Hey guys, here's Cortana again. She's my best friend," and they're like, "Destroy her," you know, because they're like, she killed a bunch of people. Imagine getting your planet EMP'd by an AI that, you know, kills all your older family members that are relying on freaking CPAP machines and all that. Like, just, yeah, it's just a mess. It's just a huge mess. I wish, honestly, part of me is like, Halo should have just stopped after Reach. Some people say 3. I wouldn't go that far. I would say if you ended it after Reach, that'd be okay. Because I really enjoyed Reach, and I don't care that it's different from the books. I love the books, but for me, the games always come first. So, yeah, Todd wasn't there as often, busy with other projects, so him accepting and denying ideas was a very slow process. Great job to Microsoft hiring a team that hates Halo. For Halo 4, do you remember they're like, we hired a team that has never played, or that likes other games and has never played Halo, or something like that? It kind of, you know, as a human, I'm not trying to insult Frank O'Connor. I even have his signature, unfortunately. Well, yes, I'm going to say it. Unfortunately, I got Max Hoberman's signature, which I'm excited about. He was the multiplayer director, and I have that on my very first copy of Combat Evolved. But Frank O'Connor also signed it. Like, what are you going to do? Just say, hey, not you, just him? That's, like, so rude, especially when, you know, they're just people. But, yeah, he straight up was like, yeah, we hired people who didn't like Halo so that they could bring their ideas to it. And I'm like, what the heck? And then now they're Halo Studios, and it's just like, pff, okay, like, sure, you've changed a few studio heads, but the first thing you do is deny, which I don't really care that much about, but you deny the crossover event between the Doomslayer and the Chief, which could have been cool. And then also, you cease and desist the freaking dig site team who was responsible for bringing tens of thousands of players back to your dead game because you aren't even supporting MCC anymore. You've removed the team that was working on it. You removed your campaign team and the story team for the multiplayer event in Halo 5 or Halo Infinite. But all the dig site team brought so many people back to MCC because of the why is it telling me to go back through here? The dig site team brought so many people back because they reinvigorated and remade from pretty much from scratch the entire Halo 2 E3 demo, or Halo, it's from 2003, that no one ever got to play before, and they remade that and made it playable, and it brought so many people back. And so 343 slash Halo Studios is like, yeah, hey, do this for us for free. And then the dig site team is like, well, hey, I mean, we brought tens of thousands of people back to your series and back to a game you're not even supporting anymore, and that looks really good for you. So how about maybe you kick us back a few funds, maybe, and pay us, and then we'll continue doing these other large projects you're asking for, because they reinvigorated Halo 1's E3 demo, Halo, or I don't know if it was E3 back then. I think it was the Macworld demo, and then they reinvigorated Halo 2's demo, and all these huge things that Halo Studios and Microsoft themselves wouldn't even put the effort to do. And then the moment they're like, hey, like, since we've done all this big stuff, do you mind paying us a little bit? Because there's a lot of us who, you know, this is what we're doing full time, and it would be nice to have a little bit of money on the side to just help us keep doing this work that you seem to think is important, and so do we. And then they're like, cease and desist. So, yeah, my faith in Halo has been shoddy ever since Halo 5. Honestly, ever since, like, mid-Halo 4 era, but I gotta stop complaining and catch up to your other comments here. I'm sorry, guys. I have a lot of passion about Halo, so it's... yeah. Let's see. Hopefully Todd's whole focus is on ES6. I know he has the Fallout show, but I wanted to focus on Elder Scrolls 6 and get good ideas through. Definitely, I think Elder Scrolls 6 would be a huge focus for him right now, because I mean, it's Elder Scrolls, and I feel like that's truly where his heart is. So I'd be incredibly surprised if he was like, I don't care. Let's make Starfield 2. You know, I'd be so surprised. But and that Fallout show, I'll be honest, I thought it was freaking fantastic. I thought it felt like Fallout through and through. It was really fun, funny, gruesome in some ways, but the you know, the gruesomeness mixed with the kind of dark humor and sometimes cheesy humor and the music, I feel like it was all so well done to represent Fallout as a series. And Ella Purnell does a great job, and so does the dude, I forget his name, but the guy who is Knight Titus or Maximus. I think he does a good job too. Infinite was pretty okay. The gameplay was really good. Story has its positives and negatives. I can fully agree with that. There's a lot of things I liked about the story, but if we're talking about campaign, which includes story, music, gameplay, visuals, environments, I do have a lot to say there. There was only ever one environment you really played in. No scarab battles, few set pieces. Which, you know, set pieces are another conversation, because Halo 5 tried to do that with the, what do they call it, the squid? It was like, they tried to do an aerial battle where you, and you know, the idea was kind of cool, where you take a Phaeton, and you fly in there, and you kind of assault this giant moving battle mech thing that appeared once and never again, because it wasn't fun. Like, the idea was cool, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, I wish there was. I mean, look at Halo Wars 2. I know a lot of people don't like Halo Wars, but I loved Halo Wars 2. The first game was great. The second game improved a million times upon it. And I was like, man, imagine we get those banished scarabs. We have to fight one of those. I was so ready. And then when the trailer dropped, the first trailer that was really close to release, and it spawned the Craig meme and everything else. I watched that trailer. So here's the thing. At that time in my life, I was really struggling in a lot of ways, especially when it came to jobs. So I didn't have a working vehicle, so I was walking about an hour across town to get home from my job at a grocery store, and I was wearing, steel toe boots and everything, so it's hot, sweaty, I'm wearing full-length pants, it's summer. That video comes out, and I stop in a Brahms because I'm just burning alive, and I'm like, I need to cool off, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna watch, they don't have free Wi-Fi or whatever, so I'm like, I'm just gonna, you know, use my internet, my phone plan to watch this, you know, this trailer. I'm so excited, and they try to do this. It's the same trailer that spawned the Craig meme, and they try to do this kind of like inspirational, awe-inspiring shot when Master Chief is going up the elevator, and he turns and looks around, and then you just see a bunch of mountains and clouds like pop in, and you're just like, oh no. Like, this is supposed to be a big debut thing that excites people for the release. Oh, we can dodge now. Nice. I will forget that and probably never dodge because I always forget to do that. But yeah. Let's see. We don't talk about the TV show. What TV show? There was never a Halo TV show. Not anyone that had to do with Halo. Or was anything like Halo in any kind of respect. Master Cheeks doesn't count. I really liked Reach, and ODST has a great atmosphere. Exploring that city as an expendable guy was amazing. Yeah, I do really like the angle of you're not a Spartan. You know, you're not super powerful. What happens to you, you know, is going to be worse than what happens to them because you're not genetically augmented. You don't have super power armor and all this other stuff. You can just get wrecked by something potentially. Nice. Got the door open. Okay. Yeah, I love it. I actually made a video on ODST back in the day. It's older, and I wasn't as confident in my video making skills, and you can tell that by watching it. But I still feel I even revamped it a little bit. I thought about remaking it at some point, but most of what I would like to say on it is, you know, it's been said by a lot of people at this point. But I just kind of point out the story connections from the audio logs and all that stuff, and just highlight things I really like about it. So, ouch. But yeah, ODST is definitely very underrated. Let's see. TV show isn't Halo. What do you mean? There never was a Halo TV show. Very strange that you would talk as if there was one. Very strange. At least for the faults of the Fallout TV show, it was very faithful to the games. Yeah, I don't care about the faults. I loved it. I thought it was fun, funny, dark in the right areas. Changed up some things, and I don't even remember them. That's how little I care about the differences. Where's our lever here? Come on, Kronk, where's the lever? Do I just do it myself? Probably not. Okay. Well, let's find the lever. I always forget where these dang levers are. Let's see. Emil and Todd both feel like over-the-top gore is a core part of the Fallout feel. Seeing the show reminded me of the goofy old days of seeing Todd on G4 blowing up raiders and laughing. Yeah, that's classic. I think that's one of the things that makes him very relatable to us all, is like, we just want to play games and have fun. He wants the game to be fun. Like, it's not all about immersion and perfect whatever. It's like, you know, I want to make this game, and I want to be able to play it myself and have a good time too. I remember Microsoft turned down a fun Master Chief and Doomslayer crossover. Yes, they did. They did. That's one of the first things they did, or either one of the first things they did as "quote unquote" Halo Studios, or one of the last things they did as 343. But let's be real, they've changed a few department heads, which is a really good thing. But other than that, they're essentially the same, you know, the same group. So. Just gonna spam. Okay, come on. Okay. Remember Starfield was criticized for not having gore. Well, the future, or the most recent Halo games don't really have gore either. And a lot of games recently don't have gore, and the reason, as far as I understand it, is they want to be able to call it like rated teen, so that it has a wider range of people who can play it and purchase it. So I remember when Microsoft dropped the ball on Neil Blomkamp and he made District 9 instead. Yep, you can still, when you watch that, you can still see so many elements Sorry, Kala. I just broke into your house. You can still see so many elements of Halo. Even in the most famous example, I guess, is you can see the models that were made of the elites, if I remember right, which were ended up being turned into the other guys. But yeah, very unfortunate. I just, whoever was making these decisions, like, what the heck. And I even have friends and family who, when I show them Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, those trailers and cutscenes are so gorgeous. Like, they have their faults. Some things look too weirdly vibrant, whatever, I don't care. Imagine if they made an entire movie just of blur animated cutscenes. Like, man, that'd be amazing. I would watch that whole thing back to back to back to back to back, because I guarantee, like, the way they shot everything was pretty good. The way it's put on the game itself can sometimes cut at the end of the mission, or like during missions when there's in-mission cutscenes, like on the Arbiter level and stuff. And some other ways, like a cutscene will play and then cut at a strange time. But yeah. Do you remember when Oblivion was rated teen but changed because someone found new models in the files? Yes, people actually thought it was because of the suggestive themes of the all-female gang in Anvil and how you kind of do that quest, and the addition of, like, there's alcohol in the game and whatever. But no, funny enough, I think somebody had a picture of his butt and he snuck it in the game files in one of the versions, and it's something that's not even accessible to players, like you're saying. No, you can't even access that by playing the game. And even if you're on PC, you have to get not a script extender, but I forget what it's called, but there's a specific Bethesda game, like a decompiler or D something, where you break apart all the game files into, like, single individual files. It's almost like a specific WinZip that's made for Bethesda games. And that's how you have to view it. And somebody found it and they're like, what is this? I'm bringing this to the news or something. And then, yeah, it got rated M. And guess what? Who cares? We're still playing it because it's awesome. You woke today with a new sense of purpose. You're no longer afraid of failure. Failure is just an opportunity to learn something new. That's true. And even when you're doing... I found this whenever I was in college. Like, even whenever you're doing a scientific test and your test comes out as, like, nothing you did worked, that's still information. So you know scientifically this does not work. So that's still good info to have moving forward. So I know it's just a cheesy quote, but it's true. Didn't know that one. Yeah, learn something new every day. Yeah, that's why it was rated mature. Do you guys remember on, like, the
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
I can tell. Do you guys remember on, like, the first stream when there were like 20 people in this room and they just came in here and we're all hanging out behind the counter?
Without question.
That was so goofy. Alright, let's see where we are on this quest here. Okay. I don't think I need Tarmina's help, but it might require her... It might require her telling me... Green Emperor Way, where the tower touches midday's sun. Okay. So I need to go to Green Emperor Way, which is... Isn't that right around the city palace? They were, hold on. The Edison quote about 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. Yeah, there you go. They were taking turns talking to the bartender. Yeah, it was goofy and crazy. Tomb of Prince Camaril. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to her because maybe I am remembering this wrong. I'll just go ahead and fast travel over there. Crazy stuff though. A lot of information to shove in, but hey, we haven't chatted in a while. I've been extremely busy with life, and it's just been... I haven't even seen many of my friends in person in a while just because I've been working on videos, taking care of my pets and other people's pets, and it's just been something absolute busy time. All right, Tarmina, tell me what you got to say.
The holy book of the Mythic Dawn, if it exists.
Okay.
To find their secret.
Found the 4th volume.
Fairly common practice of these ineffective.
But hidden messages.
Simply by finding their way to the shrine. You've piqued my check back with me tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll keep
check back with you
studying
tomorrow.
the first 2 volumes of the commentaries. Who knows? I might turn up something before you do.
Greetings.
We'll see. I mean, I already know what to do, but I'm pretty sure I just have to wait until it's like fully lit up, because I know I need to go to the palace and stand around. I don't think it's in the Elven Gardens, right? So I need to stand at that one mausoleum, and then the light will shine, like right here. But do I need to wait? Okay, yeah. See, it's not here anymore. So I need to wait a few hours, and then it'll appear again. Yeah. Taking turns. Off topic, but hilarious that the new Doom game has more Lovecraft and cosmic horror in it than Starfield. Doesn't surprise me. I haven't played the new Doom game. I really loved Doom 2016 and the second, so I will probably play that at some point. I'll just probably play it way later than everyone else. Oh, so it's not glowing anymore. Is that because I have to... The game really wants me to wait for her to tell me? Because... screw it. I guess I will wait. Honestly, really cool that id made a trilogy of shooters with Doom and changed the formula each time. They could have, but they did. They did a great job. Yeah, I played the first one time. I got almost all the achievements, I think, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I played the second one through multiple times, I think, just because it was really fun, and I love the throwback to fighting the big guy at the end, who's used to just be a giant wall that you shoot, but they actually made him like you had to break off different pieces of his body and stuff. Pretty dang cool. All right, let's see what Tarmina has to say. Loving Doom the Dark Ages. Is Cthulhu actually in there? I don't know much about it. 2025 loaded with bangers the whole year. Yeah, so far it's been pretty good for us, huh?
What? I turned up copies of the first main card
Okay.
Cameron. But more to the point. I'll continue to study.
Come back tomorrow.
The first words of each paragraph are the
I know that's the key, but I keep looking at it and it's not working. I'll try again. Shall try again. You know, I've actually heard of this other game from some friends recently, and I've actually seen like trailers for it and stuff, where it's like something Avalon. That's okay. I don't mind spoilers for Doom. But yeah, there's just something. It's something Fall of Avalon or Rise of Avalon, or I don't know what it's called. But there's a new game that looks pretty cool, and people have recommended it to me. Maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna sleep 1 hour at a time. Okay, there it is. I followed the clues hidden in the 4 volumes to a gravestone. Okay, has the map of the shrine. Need to find my way to the shrine and locate the Amulet of Kings. And honestly, since I need to make dinner, yeah, Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. I'm gonna check that out at some point. That seems pretty cool. But right now, Oblivion has my heart, so. But yeah, I'm going to probably call this here because I got to go eat and everything. But thanks for joining me. I know that the stream quality isn't fantastic. I toned it down a little bit so it would be smoother. And, you know, whether it looks as great, it's definitely like more consistent and smoother. So maybe next time I'll up it a little bit and try to make things look even better. But I'm still fighting to get better internet. So I'm just happy to chat with you guys and catch up a little. So yeah, I guess this is where I'm going to call this. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. I'll see you sometime soon.